There's no such thing as a bad person, only people with unmet emotional needs. And when those needs aren't met, what ends up happening is we lash out and we hurt other people. And then we feel guilty about lashing out and we feel bad about ourselves. But it's not your fault. You were just doing the best you could to get those needs met. The hard part is learning what those needs are and then meeting them in a healthy way. A lot of people stay in relationships too long because they're afraid of being alone. So they convince themselves that the little emotional niggles they have in their relationship are normal. They learn to ignore the red flags and just make excuses for the other person. But there's no such thing as a bad person, only people with unmet emotional needs. If someone isn't meeting your emotional needs, it's not because they're a bad person. It's because they have their own unmet emotional needs that they're trying to get met. The problem is when they try to get those needs met by taking it out on you. For example, if someone is super critical, it might be because they have a need for control. If someone is super controlling, it might be because they have a need for safety or security. If someone is emotionally distant, it might be because they have a need for independence. If someone is overly dependent, it might be because they have a need for love and connection. Most of us have a tendency to want to control other people because we think that if we can just get them to do what we want them to do, then we'll be happy. But the truth is, the only way we can be happy is if we learn to control our own emotions. When you start to understand this, you start to see that the other person isn't bad. They're just like you. They're just a scared little kid who's trying to get their needs met. And when you see it that way, you start to feel compassion for them. And when you feel compassion for them, you're not so quick to judge or criticize them. Healing is possible when you take responsibility for your own emotions and you start to set healthy boundaries around what you will and won't and accept in your relationships. If you're willing to do the work, it is possible to create healthy, loving relationships where your emotional needs are met and you no longer have to be in a constant state of fear, anxiety, or stress.